I am now going to talk about a cleric. He is a Muslim cleric. His name is Jagannur Maulavi, who used to live in these parts, that is Kerala, India. I have seen him about 50 years back. Yes, 50 years back. When I was a boy, he had come to these spots. He was very knowledgeable, and all these religious groups called him to talk. Well, he was called by progressive groups who were against the old Sunni groups which were holding on to the tradition and who were very orthodox. Well, he came here and he gave a talk. I remember it vaguely. Now, why I am talking about him is he was a studious person. Being in this field of religious studies or theology, he studied it continuously. And by studying it, he came to oppose the existing factions and gave in new laws or new facts about theological Muslim theological books. This didn't go in favor of the existing society, Muslim society in Kerala. And they opposed him very much. They wanted him to stop his preaching. They warned him a lot of times. They want him to stop his preaching of his beliefs, of his studies. Now, in 1993, he actually disappeared. Now the most fundamental orthodox groups were said to be involved in his disappearance, and it was rumored that he was murdered. It was rumored that he was murdered. But the police couldn't find the culprits. And the case dragged on and on. They couldn't find the body. His small group of followers were disappointed and just survived on his memory. Well, that is the fact. But let us think of what he proposed in Islam. I don't correctly know all his characters of Islamic theology and tradition, but he said there need only be 3 prayers per day. Islamic law says that there should be 5 prayers per day in 5 different times. But he said it is not necessary, citing his studies that there should only be the necessity is only for 3 prayers. Then another thing he said, the azan calls people for prayer from the mosque. No, it is an old tradition because in those times people didn't have watches or didn't know the time, and the azan was heard and people came into the mosque for prayer. He said nowadays it is not necessary. People could look up the time and go to the mosque on correct time. Well, these are minor things, but I think it is progressive. But the common Muslim factions they opposed this vehemently. And rallied against him. About the prayer, it has been the custom worldwide of 5 prayers a day. Well, there is let a man say he can pray only 3 times. Let him pray only 3 times. You cannot compel him to pray 5 times. This could be taken in the spirit of religion and be lenient on people who have their own opinions. But the clergy incited the people against him. And they murdered him.